Good evening, friends. It's good to be in the spotlight. But before I go ahead, I'll introduce myself. I am Parag Santlani, contesting for the post of General Secretary Cultural Board, that you might have guessed by now. The time is very limited, so I'll straight away punch with what I have prepared, rather than going with my credentials and all. So before I begin with my agenda, like Martin Luther King, I'd like to put up a I have a dream speech. Because I do have a dream. That is the reason I am here. The very definition of culture in this campus has been narrowed down. Yes, culture is dance. Yes, culture is music. Yes, culture is literature. But that is not everything culture is. Culture are ideas, the liberation of ideas. Culture is the culmination of life and people. That is what culture is. But there are instances when I go around and I meet people, they say, and I ask them, man, there's this cultural thing going on, so why don't you come and join me and participate in it? The reply that I get is, यार मैं तो टेक्निकल वाला बंदा हूँ, कल्चर का मुझसे नहीं होगा, ये कल्चर वाला तुम जानो. That is what disheartens me. Because the definition of culture is not very clear in the heads of people around here. Culture is what we define it to be. But going ahead, life is a really long road, and it will be very difficult if you do not express yourself, and very lonely if you do not hear the opinion of the people around you. It is this thinking of the people that I wish to change. But even the best of ideas cannot be implemented or come true until and unless you have a plan, you have a mechanism to put them forth. So moving ahead with my agenda, the first and foremost point would be making the cultural board a digital environment, thereby creating an online directory where not only the contacts of the club secretaries, but also the club members, the contacts of club members are uploaded. And not only their contacts, but also their skill set. Basically creating a profile so that people in this campus do know that these are all the things that people in this club deal with. Because the very name of the club cannot clarify the definition to so many people in this campus. After the orientations, initial orientations, freshers do come here and they forget what that club is all about. That name, the name that clubs carry, that is the only thing that they have left in their mind. So that particular directory won't even, will not only help freshers to get in contact with the seniors, or the club members, to put it in a better way, but also the jobs that they do. Second point would be introducing a new event whereby all the clubs come together and in a duration of a week put forward their showcase performances. And this particular event can be themed. It can be themed as Colors of India, which will very well help us in projecting different cultures around this country, around this land, around this great nation. So that is what I want to put forward, setting up a new event. And not only that, since they are showcase events, they're exhibits, they can be, we can click their photographs, their videos can be taken down, and creating an online repository where all these exhibits and all the showcase events are available, and making this link available on the internet, at least on our website, so that the world outside can see what do we do over here, what the culture in IIT Guwahati is all about, bringing that sense of recognition for our people. And since I've talked about creating an online repository of videos and exhibits, the photographic exhibits, creating their online repository, the other thing that comes to my mind is, hey, we have real good equipment in this campus, the CBS. CBS today itself has shown the role of media in this campus. It has to be unbiased. It has to stand apart. So that is how this particular board has been going as of now. And that is how I wish it to go. But what if there is a working agreement between the CBS and the cultural board, whereby CBS handles all the equipments, but the cultural board can use it for their creation of their videos, for their content generation? That is what I propose next. Creation of drafting of a working agreement between the CBS and the cultural board. The third thing that I would like to focus upon is, it has been seen that PG participation in the cultural board has been very less. And that can be attributed mainly because that this has been a trend. Are PG? Nahi yaar. The club secretary is a UG. Even if the club secretary happens to be PG, so would that risk that there's a risk that even that only PG participants could be there, or less UG participants. So what I propose is appointment of UG and PG representatives, which will not only ensure their representation but also participation in the cultural board when it comes to it. And the next point would be introduction of a formal awarding system. In IIT Mumbai, they have this formal awarding system that somewhat on those lines, I propose a system where a committee, an award granting committee, composed of the UG and the PG representatives and the respective club secretaries come forth and in a formal way, let's suppose there are 100 guys who will be passing out of this campus. Out of this, we decide that 25% is 25 people. So
1 minute is there.
Okay. So 25% certifications would be given to people. They can be made as brands of different colors and awarded to those peoples. I do know my time is running short, so I'll wrap up as soon as I can, and this is how I go forward. See, there are two doctors in the field, Dr. A and Dr. B. Dr. A can probably prescribe you all the medication that you'll need for the next 10 years, whereas Dr. B, he'll prescribe you, he'll diagnose your problem and practically treat and give you the medication as of what you need. So whom would you prefer, Dr. A? Well, good luck with that, getting medication for the next 10 years, which you might not even need. Or good luck with going, and good luck if you decide to go with Dr. B, because that is a more practical approach. So here in front of you is another Dr. B. Now it's up to you to judge who the other two Dr. A's are. Thank you.